Chase says, Lowell, were any of these teams you covered full of cliques, like a pro Montana versus pro Young group? The team definitely seems like they're pro Jimmy Garoppolo. I would agree with Chase on that.
That's a good question. Let me say this. I do believe that on the old Niners, there were certainly people who are partial to Joe as opposed to Steve. I would say there is no question about that.
No question.
And I know that one time, and I don't remember who told me this. It might have been Russ Francis. I don't even know if Russ was on the team with Steve, so it might not have been. Joe had to come out of a game, and Steve went in, and he got, on his knee in the huddle, and he said he took charge because he was Steve. This is
commanded the huddle.
I'm sorry?
Commanded the huddle.
Yes, he commanded the huddle. And I know that people in the huddle were pissed.
Yeah.
And I talked years later to Fred Von Oppen, who was on a lot of those Super Bowl teams as a coach and is actually one of my best friends now. And I said, what do you think of what happened? He said, oh boy, Lowell, I understand exactly how they felt, the other players. He said Joe had spent years earning that respect, and Steve couldn't come in and expect to have it right away.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
That's how a football person thinks.
And I guess the way I feel is that the Niners players are giving Jimmy that respect. Kittle, Juszczyk, McGlinchey, Williams. He's not Joe Montana. At that point, Joe Montana had 2, 3, 4 Super Bowl rings, hadn't lost in a Super Bowl. I'm sorry. I understand that he's your friend and he's your age and you like him, but it's not the same. It's not the same. What has Jimmy earned, really?
I'm with you.
I'm sorry.
I'm with you. But, there's a certain,
you're right.
Like the Army, a kind of loyalty like the Army, and that's what they feel toward him.
No question. And there's also a thing with rookies, in the NFL. It's a very conservative league, and it's always the conservative choice to go with the vet. Phantom RWD says, do you think the failure to show off Trey's abilities during the preseason is Kyle's fault? He's the only one who could do it. He's the one who calls the plays. So
right.
Yes. 100%. Yes. Got a few more. Lowell, may you please elaborate on the importance of players willing and wanting to go to war for their coach? I feel Kyle is not of that caliber. I still think his players play very hard for him. That's the thing.
I agree with Iggy. It's a really good question. And players do go to war for their coaches, and sometimes they don't. I don't think they did for Tom Sula. I don't think they did for Chip Kelly. Iggy, would you agree?
No.
But they do for Kyle. There's a quality that Kyle has, which I'm not privy to, but I think they do go to war for him.
I agree. That's why I think he's got to be real careful with this quarterback thing. If he overrules the majority of the locker room, if the majority of the locker room wants Jimmy Garoppolo, now you lose it. And now maybe they don't play as hard for you if Trey Lance is struggling. So tough position to be in. Bigger bust, Pettis or Hurd? Pettis is a bust. I wouldn't call Hurd a bust yet, unless he's gone. So Pettis, hold on. It's always a Fraudopolo or Lance. Give me Iguodala. They want Iguodala as quarterback. I don't think so.
I'm going to say this. Of all the players on those championship teams of the Warriors, the one I found most unpleasant was Iguodala. Yeah. Now, that has nothing to do with this play, but I can't say I'm wild about him.
Thoughts on if the finger injury is worse than what they're saying? Cheers from Manhattan, former Sonoma County resident here. No idea, but it's fair to wonder.
Yes, I want to say that's a really, really good question. The team would never tell you. They won't even tell you which finger it is, and we know which finger it is. They certainly will not tell you the severity, and it's quite possible there's more to it, and it's quite possible there's not more to it. We're in the dark.
Yeah, there's no way to know. Chris says your stance on a 2-quarterback system is it's never worked before, and I do agree there. But if it has never happened, then it's bound to happen. Possible? Well, let's see if it happens. It's exciting.
Well, that's my position.
Yeah,
I've never seen it before, but I'm open-minded.
I think it could work. I mean, the Saints did it with some success. I just wonder if it's the best way to develop Trey Lance. That's a different issue. Love listening to you both. Keep it up. You keep it 100% real. Thank you.
Thank you.
John says thoughts on. Oh, we got you, man. We got you, John. Thanks again for the other donation. I think there's a couple more, and then we're done. Cap and Lance have the same hand size. Yeah, Cap do some good spirals. I don't know. Lance spent the offseason refining his mechanics, changing his delivery, and shortening it. Maybe this is Maybe the wobble is a result of that, because when I watched his film from North Dakota State, I didn't see a wobble. There was no wobble that I detected. But there could have been, maybe if I had a wobble radar. JPZ901 says, remember how it was always said, a jump shooting team will never win an NBA championship, and then here comes the Golden State Warriors. Why not us? Yeah.
I love it, and I really feel that when you come to it, Trey Lance is a very good jump shooter.
Exactly. I like his three-point shot.
Better than Jimmy.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And he can finish well around the rim. Titus says, Grant, would you consider asking Kyle what would say are the biggest differences between being a good coordinator and being a good head coach? I think his answer could be really interesting, revealing. Ooh, he wouldn't like that question. But yeah, that's a good question.
Ooh.
He would hate that question. Yeah.
Iggy, if you ask it, he'll hate you even more.
I'll ask it right after he loses a big game. How about that? Hey, Kyle, big picture question. Jimmy Jesus will bless us with Hail Marys. Whew.
Ooh.
Thank you, stupid monkey 121. What?
Can he throw a Hail Mary?
I don't think so. Wobble will go away in time. Trey's squeezing the ball too tight on his release, and his base gets wide. Once he gets comfortable, it should fix itself. Yeah, I didn't see it in college. That's it. We're done. That's our show.
Okay.
All right, Dad. I love you very much. I'm going to call you right now.
Iggy. And you know what? I'm not going to call you after, because I know you have to get ready for the cuts and stuff.
It's cut time.
Yeah, so I'm going to move on, and we'll talk.
All right, Dad. I'll talk to you later. Thank you very much, everyone. See you next time.